Hola! I'm on a different camera today, so I have recently moved and I haven't posted in a little while, and that's kind of why I haven't posted, as well as just been really busy. But I wanted to kind of talk about how this is Mental Health Awareness Month. We're in May, and I think more and more people are kind of starting to understand that more people have depression, anxiety, OCD, trauma, PTSD than originally people think. Like, I think we all think that everybody has it together when that's not true. um, the statistics are 1 in 5 Americans have some sort of mental health illness, mental health disorder, and that's nothing to be ashamed of. I feel like when we put like illness and disorder, and it's not a cancer or like a sickness that you can die from, it's suddenly you feel some sort of shame, and we really shouldn't, because it's very similar. We, just as cancer patients don't choose to have cancer, or some don't choose to have cancer. People with depression don't choose to have depression. Like, I can tell you firsthand, if I could get rid of it in a heartbeat, I would. That's not something that I want to live with for the rest of my life, and that's why this is my journey, my progression through depression, and really trying to get myself out of that hole with any tools possible. I choose to not use medication. That's just my own personal choice. I don't think there's any shame if you use medication to help you with depression. But the goal is, of course, to not have to use anything, and to be like happy, healthy all by yourself. But there is no shame if you use any sort of medication for it. And if anything, I think that's wonderful, because you went out of your comfort zone to seek help. You realize that you had a problem. You realize that you no longer want to feel this way, and that's absolutely strong, absolutely brave and courageous of you, versus just sitting at home and continuing to live with this and not know what to do about it, because that's ultimately the problem. Is we just don't know what to do, and you don't know who to ask for help, and you feel a burden or shame. And it's hard for people who are usually look like they're happy or have it together. It's hard for us. I put myself in that bracket because I'm usually a very smiley, happy person, but it's hard for us to admit that we have a problem. I just recently this year have told my dad about my own issues, and he had no idea growing up what was going on with me, because I had divorced parents, and I had told my mom at a very young age, about 11, and I didn't know that she never related to him, and obviously I didn't want to tell him, because I felt the shame, and it's so much more than that. Like, that's just the word we put, is shame and embarrassment, but it's so much more. You feel like you're an alien, like you feel like something is majorly wrong with you, because we don't speak about it as openly as we do, like cancer or etc., etc. So yeah, this year I just told my dad about it, and I'm sure it made him feel really sad and uncomfortable as well, to hear like my super happy daughter is like really depressed. But it was so beautiful, because I was able to openly express myself to him and to be my authentic, real self, and not hide behind the, yeah, I'm fine, yeah, everything's fine, 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 fine. Fine is the worst word in the fucking world, first of all. Nobody's fine. If you hear anybody say they're fine, right there should be a huge indicator, red flag, red light. They have depression, they have anxiety. Yeah, so that was just my thoughts for this week. I don't know what week we're on now. It's like a whole new year, basically, in my head. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about the way that you kind of feel when you have depression. one of my symptoms is like I'm slow, and I don't mean like mentally slow, I mean like physically slow. Like when I go to do things, I just like, let's say if I drop something on the floor, whereas like a normal person would pick it up right away, it's like I'm in a different density. It's like I'm in a jello world where just going to pick it up off the floor is like, oh, it takes so much energy out of me. And I don't know if that's how a lot of you feel, or if that's just me and one of my random quirks with it, but I'm trying to get to a place where I have more energy, or feel like I've got more energy, stamina, whatever you want to call it. But it's something that I'm observing and I'm aware of, like, okay, I'm a little slower here, like I gotta get myself going a little more. Yeah, so I guess that's just a little bit of some thoughts. I just want to thank anybody that's watched, and hope you're having a better day, and just know you're not alone. Like, really, you're not alone. Everybody that you see, especially the people that you think have it together, sometimes those are people that behind closed doors are crying nonstop, and there's nothing to be embarrassed about that. We all cry. Like, to think that you don't cry, or your friends don't cry, or that person that you think is super strong or influential doesn't cry is complete bullshit. They have cried. They have thrown themselves on the bed, screaming, sad, upset at one point in their lives. Now, if they're still doing it as adults, that's a different story, but we've all been there. We all feel that way. So please just know you're not alone, and any way that you feel and deal with it isn't wrong. Everybody deals with it in their own ways. It's really just about trying to find the tools that work for you to help you get out of that state of being, because ultimately it's a state of being. It's a place that you live, and you don't have to live there. You don't have to pay rent there. You can go visit and then kind of be like, okay, I think I'm done with this. I think I can move on, and I don't want to be here anymore. And that's really where I'm at. I'm realizing, like, oh, I don't have to sign a lease in the state of depression. Like, I can just leave. I can walk out that door at any point. And it's every day. Every day you make that decision. Every day you make that choice. It's not going to happen overnight. Anybody that tells you it's going to happen overnight is lying to you and trying to sell you something. It's not the way it works now. You have to change your whole state of mind. Like, you have to change the way that you think, the way that you feel, the way that you act. You have to change the way your brain is wired. And that's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take small steps, and, like, I say micro steps. Like, it's not even one day at a time. It's like one moment at a time, and if you're dealing with anything, I hope you know that there's a community out there of people who would love to reach out to you and help you feel positive. People that are no longer depressed or no longer are dealing with their traumas and anxieties. There's a whole community that all they'd want to do is love you and help you. And I know it sounds crazy because it's like strangers and people you don't know, but I promise you, if you go on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, Tumblr, there's a community of people who just want to heal. That's all they want to do, is help you and heal you, because they've stepped out of it and they realize, like, oh shit, it sucks being in there. And sometimes when you have friends or family that don't understand depression and don't have depression, which is wonderful for them, like, nothing against them, sometimes they can make you feel crazy. They can make you feel like your feelings are wrong or invalid, that you shouldn't feel that way. And it's not that they're trying to be mean or belittle you. Those are the people that are like, just be happy. It's like, just shut up. Just know that you might want to try to find people who understand you better, so you can express yourselves to them, because they get it. And sometimes your friends and family don't get it, and nothing's wrong with that. It's just, if you want to take one step towards your mental health recovery or your mental health healing, it's going to be finding people who understand you and finding a community of people and finding friends who get it. Because when you find people who get it, you start to feel like you're not crazy anymore, and you start to feel like, okay, like this isn't wrong, what I'm feeling isn't wrong, what I'm doing isn't wrong. The symptoms that you have, so many people have. The triggers that you have, so many people have. The effects that you have, so many people have. Like, I wish I could tell you and you could hear it, but like, you are not alone. Like, a million times over, you're not alone. There's so many people that are affected all over the world. And just really, if you want to take one step forward, it's just reach out to people who understand. Because when you reach out to people who don't understand, they can't help you. They can only make you feel like you're more alone, or they can make you feel like you're not enough or you're not good enough, because they don't understand why you can't just be happy, why you can't just change, why you can't just pick up your mood. And when you talk to people who do understand, people who are currently in depression trying to get out of it, or people who have already gotten out of it, they can give you so much more than you'll ever understand. So if the only thing you get from this whole fucking page, channel, is like, reach out to people who are in the same place you are, because you will find we are so much more than one person. Feel free to follow me on Instagram. I try to post really positive, inspirational stuff, and truly it's for me. It's like I post it because I need it. So if it helps people, then that's awesome. But yeah, feel free to follow me on my Instagram. It's scarred angel, _angel, and then as well I have a Tumblr. It's Olgi's World. So yeah, I hope you guys have a good day. I'm sorry that I haven't been on for a minute. I'm gonna try to get back to doing more videos. As well, I'm actually in the middle of building an off-grid tiny house, my little retreat, which is pretty cool. So that's what I've been busy doing, is moving and then getting set up to start building and clearing land. And that'll be probably things that I post up here on my blog too, on my blog. So if you guys are interested in that kind of stuff, feel free to let me know. Like, subscribe, share. Okay, have a great day. And if I can send anything your way, I send you some peace. Find some peace for yourself. Find a moment for yourself. It's surprising how alone we may feel, but we still don't just stop and take like one moment to take one deep breath, to just be. Like, I'm not even telling you to meditate, to go sit in like a yoga position and try to hold your fingers together and close your eyes. Like, I'm just telling you to take a fucking moment and just take a deep breath. Like, we don't do that. We don't do that for ourselves. And if you started to do that more often, you would start to find just like a sliver of like calm and peace. And in that moment, you'll be like, okay, you know what? I think I could do this. And I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here with us every day. Know you are loved, and that you deserve to be here, and you are wanted. People want you to be here, even if you feel like nobody loves you, or you feel like you are actually alone. Like, maybe you don't have friends, maybe you don't have a family that's supportive. I just want you to know you're not alone. Like, you have your ancestors with you. Your ancestral energy is within you. It's around you. You have great-great-grandmothers who prayed for you, who love you. Like, just because you can't see them and they're not here physically does not mean that you don't have family members who love you and are taking care of you in, just a spiritual way more than a physical way. And if you're ever feeling really down, just take a moment for yourself. Take some deep breaths and and just stop and listen to what's around you, and you might start to feel them. You might start to like feel a sense of ease and a sense of peace. And for us with depression, that's like the golden egg, so just really find that for yourself. I send you much love, and be kind to yourself, be gentle with yourself, really. Okay, bye guys.